Hi friends, and welcome to 2022. I am a little bit late, but you know what? Better late than never. I wanted to share with you my top 10 most haunted and spooky locations of 2021. So in 2021, I got to go to a lot of different places, investigate with some really cool people, and I thought that it would be fun to share with you a countdown of what I think was the most active to, or the least active to the most active. So this list is just for fun, and before we even get into it, I will say that every single location I went to had some level of activity, which is pretty cool. There was not one location that I went to that was like zero interaction, zero activity. So I think that there's definitely something spooky going on at every single one of these places, even those that are higher up on my list, 10, 9, 8, 7. Anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
Coming in at number 10 for my most haunted locations of 2021, we have the Grand Prairie Elementary School. This building is slated for demolition this year, which is kind of sad, but I had a couple of K2 hits that happened and a couple of unexplainable sounds, which was enough to make me think that there is something there, but it wasn't the most active. Also coming in at number 10, because I didn't do full investigations at either of these locations, is the Woollyburger Cemetery. The Woollyburger Cemetery supposedly has it all. Hellhounds, ghosts, Bigfoot, all kinds of stuff. I had some really interesting spirit box responses. I did an Estes session here as well in the springtime and got some cool results with that. So again, enough to make me think that there is a little something there, but not sure what. Coming in at number 9 for my most haunted locations of 2021 is the Fairfield County Infirmary here in Ohio. So I've actually been to this location 3 different times, and this is one of those locations that I don't know if the spirits just kind of hide from me when I'm here, because I always hear how active this location is, but unfortunately for me, every time I've been, it's been fairly quiet. I have gotten some interesting Estes session responses and some K2 hits and some other little like weird feelings, but nothing super substantial for me. These are kind of weird still photos here. Apologies, that's kind of bizarre. Anyway, the most recent time that I was there, though, I kept asking the spirits, do you guys remember me? I've been here before. Do you remember me? And clear as day through the spirit box, I heard Charisse. So that was pretty cool. But this is my number 9 most haunted spot. Coming in at number 8 on my most haunted of 2021, we have the Madison Seminary, which is in northern Ohio. This building is beautifully restored. The owners have brought in all kinds of antiques and everything to stage the rooms. Visually, this place is beautiful. Paranormal activity-wise, we had some interesting Estes session moments. We also heard footsteps and what sounded like walking in the hall above us. And then also here, we did sort of a seance-type session with the K2 and the Necrophonic app. And we did get some really cool responses with that, which I do have a video here on YouTube showcasing that moment if you are on YouTube. We're on Instagram. Just kidding. So you can find it here on Instagram if you want to see that moment of us connecting with a spirit named Ezra. But yeah, this was my number 8 most haunted location this past year. Number 7 on my list of most haunted locations of 2021 is the old Blackford County Jail in Indiana. I had the pleasure of going here with Hex Files and Pagan Historian here on Instagram, and this place did not disappoint as far as aesthetics. Wait till you see the basement. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, there's actual evidence stuff left behind. It was pretty cool to check this place out. We sat down in the jail cells and we played cards with one of the prisoners. One of the living humans played the prisoner's hand, and the K2 would just freak out anytime that the inmate lost his hand. So that was pretty interesting. We also had devices going off in the jail cells. We heard footsteps on the stairs. So there was a lot of equipment interaction and then audible sounds as well for this location, and that makes it number 7. Coming in at number 6 on my most haunted of 2021 list is the Gill House in central Ohio. The Gill House is gorgeous. It's one of those locations that really just seems to draw you in. All money from the investigations goes right back into restoring this beautiful home and the history. I got a lot of different EVPs at this location both times that I went, even when I wasn't trying, just when I was filming random footage that you see, and when I went back to review it, there were beautiful hidden little EVP nuggets within there. I also had some really interesting Estes session moments at this location, but I think the most exciting was the interaction that we received from Johnny Cakes down in the basement. He really seemed to enjoy interacting with our K2 meter and our cat ball that you see here. I do have both of my investigations of the Gill House up on YouTube if you want to go check it out, but number 6 is the Gill House. You ready for the 5th spot on my top 10 most haunted of 2021? It is Randolph County Infirmary in Indiana. This location was pretty awesome. One of the things I think that makes this location so great are the stories of the people who actually lived here. Definitely listen to the stories and soak that in. We had some really cool experiences with the flashlights during an Estes session and with some other equipment. But I think the thing that stood out the most was when we connected to the little boy who resides at this location. He really interacted well with us, and he was playing games with us with the equipment, and that is something that I definitely will not forget. So check out Randolph County Infirmary in Indiana. You will not be disappointed. Woohoo! Number 4 on my top 10 most haunted of 2021 goes to Posttown Elementary School. This location was really awesome, and I would love to go back. We had some pretty crazy moments during the Estes session. The motion light went off a couple times, and I felt like somebody walked into the room that I was in, even though I was unaware because I was under in the Estes session. I visually saw shadows at the end of several hallways. I captured, you just saw it there, a shadow mass in a hallway on video. You can actually watch that Estes session with the motion lights going off on my YouTube. And super creepy. Final Estes session of the night. I ended up pulling myself out of it because I felt like the male entity at this location kept trying to get me alone, and he was a little too close for my comfort. But while I was under in that Estes session, my 2 friends that I was with heard children giggling in the hallway next to us. Love this place. Number 3 on my top 10 most haunted of 2021, we have Prospect Place. This one is high on my list because it has such a special place in my heart. I've been here many times, and every single time I have had activity. I always say this is one of those locations, if you want to have a paranormal experience, you need to go to Prospect Place. Even if you're not that into the paranormal, but you dig history, you need to go here. This place is full of history. It was a stop on the Underground Railroad. It's a beautiful home, amazing history, amazing architecture, and amazing ghosts and activity as well. Of course, we have your typical equipment going off, K2 meters, interesting Estes sessions, shadow figures, flashlights getting smacked out of your hands, footsteps above you when there's nobody actually up there. This place is just trust me, it's worth it. Number 3. Number 2 on my most haunted top 10 list of 2021 is the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. This place literally had it all. Shadow figures, EVPs, doors slamming, me screaming louder than I've ever screamed on an investigation ever before. This place is on the top of most investigators' lists for a reason. If you are ever in the area, go take a tour. They offer daytime tours as well as the nighttime investigations. If you ever get a chance to investigate during the night, do it. In this space that you're seeing here, we did a 3-person Estes session. The results were wild. You can check out my time at Waverly Hills as well as hearing the EVPs on my YouTube channel. This is the number 2 spot. And here we are at the number 1 most haunted spot of 2021 is the Indiana State Sanatorium. If you follow me or are familiar with my content at all, I doubt you are surprised that this is my number 1 location. I investigated here a total of 4 different nights in 2021. It was incredible. So incredible, in fact, that I even helped produce and star in an upcoming documentary about the stories and hauntings of this location. It will be streaming early 2022. This place has The most activity of any place I've ever investigated in my entire 15, 20 years of investigating. Has disembodied voices, shadow figures, EVPs, equipment going off like crazy. Literally everything. I have never been more startled than I have at this location. Goosebumps everywhere. This place literally, I mean, it has a piece of my heart. Incredible location. You have to go here if you get the chance. Did you think my top 10 list of most haunted locations of 2021 was over? Well, think again. We have this beautiful honorable mention. This is the Mansfield Prison, also known as Ohio State Reformatory. This place is pretty iconic. It's where the movie Shawshank Redemption was filmed, and it's haunted as crap. So why didn't this make my official top 10 list? Well, it's because when I investigated here in 2021, it was just for a handful of hours. I was with a group, and I didn't really get the full investigation out of this place. However, I am going this month, January 2022, to do a proper investigation of this location so I can report back then. But even in the short amount of time that I was there, I was investigating with my friend Dave. He got an EVP of a ghost telling us to get out. I did a tarot reading for the spirit. It was pretty epic the little bit of time that I was there, so I can't wait to do a full investigation.